take a bite. Today, we're gonna show you more than just a traditional classic pho with savory broth and fresh noodles. Before this, we didn't even know there's so many different variations. There's fried pho, stir-fried pho, and then there's pho dip. No broth, just tender steak with garlicky fish sauce and a side of shredded mango and garnishes.
On our recent trip to the pho motherland, Vietnam, we went to this awesome adventure through the streets of Hanoi, just trying to find all the different types of pho we could. From the classic bowls to some wild twists, we're about to dive deep into Hanoi's pho scene.
Tell me it doesn't look like a castle right now.
And the street food game here is strong. Look around.
Why is that? So why did that make us laugh so bad? But yeah, look, it's strong.
It's strong.
It's strong.
In Vietnam, life just feels more laid back. People work to live, not live to work like we're used to. It was 1 p.m. on a Wednesday, and the sidewalks were packed with people chilling, enjoying snacks and iced tea. Our first stop was the Michelin guided spot Pho Za Truyen, meaning pho recipe passed down for generations.
We got there around 9 a.m. and the line was already stretching out the door. They were running like a well-oiled machine. One guy was handing out the crispy donuts, another one was working the noodle station, someone else was on broth duty, another one was chopping the meat, and the guy in the green was taking orders.
Hot. Almost hot.
I got my egg in my car with the Chinese donut. That's a winner.
This was our first stop because we wanted to kick things off with a more traditional style of pho with fresh noodles, plenty of green onions, and that rich, clean broth. Fresh pho noodles. Should I crack the egg?
I decided to add an extra egg yolk on top for just 2 cents. Seriously, that's a steal. It was worth it. The yolk adds a rich, creamy texture to that broth.
Yeah, I like that.
It's not a traditional thing in Vietnam, but adding an egg yolk is such a great way to amp up the flavor. A lot of spots are offering it as an add-on now, and honestly, it makes a huge difference. The yolk adds this amazing taste and richness, especially if you're into a thicker, creamier pho experience. I liked it a little salty, so a little bit of more fish sauce in there is great. Yeah, it worked.
And the fresh noodles here just hit different, you know, they're just way softer than anywhere else and totally go with that clean northern style broth. It's the perfect combo.
I also paid extra 10 cents for the side of Chinese donuts. Well, in Vietnam, they just call it donuts, or quay. Its crunchy texture went perfect with the broth, the egg yolk, and with the soft noodles. That's really good.
Yeah.
Need a bit crunchier though.
Yeah.
Maybe we stepped too long.
Yeah.
Honestly, for a Michelin guided spot, I was expecting the donut to be a little bit crunchier. When they're freshly fried, you usually get that perfect crispy outside, and when you dip it in that broth, it's the best combo. The crunch with the warm flavorful broth just hits different.
After finishing our bowls of pho, we walk around the street of Hanoi, discovering more coffee shops while waiting for the food to go down. The second pho spot that we went doesn't really offer traditional pho, but they have all kind of unique and creative variations. While the last spot was in the middle of the busy city, this spot is more in the west side with a nice lake view and is less known with no Michelin star, but our friend told us this is a spot for something more unique.
To me, this is what you call a hidden gem, but actually a lot of locals know about it. Kind of like if you know, you know. It was tucked away with only 2 people dining when we got there. We got seated right away, and by seated, I mean we walked to our seats.
These are also different type of pho rolls. You just roll it in things, and then this is the one we're getting.
It's a squishy. It's deep fried.
It's pho, yeah.
Show me the stir fry one.
And then this is stir fried one. So we're gonna get 1 fried one and 1 stir fried one. I myself have never tried the deep fried one.
Deep fried salad. And they have different deep fried ones.
This one is like they put it like omelet style, which I think is pretty normal. Like it just pho and like omelet style. But this one I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, look at that.
We'll see. Instead of lemon, they give you what's it called? Camphor? That's not camphor. I don't know.
I think does it taste like lemon?
Better. It's like a mix between oranges and lemon and lime. I don't know. It's better. We only ordered 2 things from the menu and both came with the same topping, stir-fried steak with fresh veggies, tomatoes, and lots of white onions. We got the deep fried pho, while the other was a stir-fry version of the one we were having earlier. The sauce on top was like a rich, savory gravy that has a nice garlicky kick, tying everything together.
Lots of veggie. There's so much veggie. Some pho. A lot of veggie. Very saucy.
Spilling out.
I know.
The noodles were savory, lightly chewy, and because there was a lot of veggies, it was a nice balance between fresh and savory.
A lot of flavors.
Yeah, it's good.
Lots of people say that this dish originated as a practical way to use leftover pho noodles in a quick stir-fry, transforming the iconic soup into a dry wok-fried meal. In Vietnam, this dish is commonly found at street stalls or casual restaurants, offering a quicker, more filling alternative to the traditional pho soup, while still delivering that bold flavors.
It's completely different than the pho with the soup.
What does it remind
It's
you
way
of?
more savory. The beef, like the sauce, the veggies, there's a lot of veggie. And veggie is kind of al dente here, but it goes really well with everything. It might be a little too much veggie for you,
Oh, no.
but it was really good.
That's nice.
You can add a little bit of this in there, but you don't have to. Like, I like it as is.
That's so rare for you. To be like, I like it.
It's savory.
Since all the veggies are mixed up into that gravy-like sauce, you don't really get that overwhelming veggie taste, and it actually complements the dish very well. Usually, I'm the one picking out the veggies for my noodles, but this time I was like, yeah, keep it coming. I've had stir-fried pho in the States before, but never like this. Something about it was different. The flavor was richer, super savory, and I was really feeling the steak too. If this spot was near my place, I'd probably be there at least twice a week.
Then we move on to the deep fried pho. On the menu, they just call it square shape, which I mean, it's basically a description, but it's actually pho cut into square pieces then deep fried.
That's fun.
Take a bite.
That's crazy. It's the same, a saucy graviness, but with a crunchy noodle. You know, they fry the noodle and it gets super puffy, and you're left with this little crunchy bit. That's so good. And then you soak it in with a little bit of the gravy in there.
So crunchy.
So good.
Even though it was drenched in that savory sauce, every bite stays super crunchy. It got this light, airy texture on the outside, but then you can still get that hearty, satisfying bite of noodle in the middle.
It's so good with the gravy.
I don't even know if it's a gravy, but we're calling it a gravy. Oh, it's rice. The rice paper? Pot noodle. You can still see it on the inside a little bit.
On the inside, it's like puff up.
Oh, that's cool. That's really dope. It's like a little pocket for it, right?
Yeah.
I hate to say that I went to Vietnam and my favorite pho was the deep fried pho. Maybe that's just a fat person in me talking, but honestly, the flavor was amazing. Traditional pho is still OG, though I guess two legends can coexist. I need to find a place that serves this in the States ASAP.
So far, this might be the craziest pho that I've had today.
This or chow fun? You can be honest.
I think chow fun for me, but let me tell you something about this. This is really hard. It's not as salty as like a chow fun, but I like it. It's a little bit cleaner, more veggies. And you know, like when you eat Chinese food, like broccoli beef, the sauce kind of reminds me of a very similarness to it, but it goes so good. Yeah, I think this is my. I'd rather have this one. You're ready? No, I can't say that.
It's $2.81 each dish. I was scared I didn't bring enough money. There's no such thing. here.
$2 for these dishes.
$2.80, so almost $3, but you get everything.
Yo,
It's a big plastic plate.
yeah. I love Vietnam, dude.
And
We got fans, we got fans. Still got our own little fan.
have to.
We have to.
I want to die out.
Die out here like that.